an article popped up, and it got me thinking. NewJersey.com, NJ.com, and it reads, MSNBC host, talking about Lawrence O'Donnell, says Trump is in dramatic mental decline that needs intervention.
I'm not cognitively.
Yeah, I thought, what? He's not cognitively. What the hell is Lawrence talking about? What is he talking about? It's just, how would you say something about the president like that? And so I called Lawrence. I said, hi. What are you talking about? He said, I'll send you some clips. So, all right, let's see. What did Lawrence send? What does he mean? Decline that we need, that needs intervention. And let's just walk through some of these. So I guess Trump, as I showed you in a previous segment, couldn't remember who he just met with.
Yesterday, along with a very nice gentleman who I didn't really know. You know who I'm talking about. The two of them came, and we had a good discussion.
Okay, so he didn't remember the guy he met with yesterday. All right, well, all right. So then I said, that's not enough. Well, what else, Lawrence? Send me another thing. What dramatic mental decline? How do we substantiate that? What? And then he said this.
And American military legends and lore. That's L-O-R-E. It is lore.
All right, so he doesn't know the word lore. All right, legends and lore. All right. I don't know. I said, what else? He sent me this.
First, effective immediately, the FDA will be notifying physicians that the use of let's see how we say that. Acetaminophen. Acetaminophen.
Mr. President, it's acetaminophen.
Okay? Which is basically commonly known as Tylenol.
Okay, so he didn't know the word that was at the center of the announcement he scheduled. Okay, well, I said that's not enough, and so then Lawrence sent me this, and it was from my own Instagram account. What? Let's see.
Smart people don't like me. We have the worst education almost in the large world, the world that people know about. The windmills are driving the whales crazy, obviously. You know, grass is a lifetime like people have a lifetime. I know a lot about grass. Everyone is talking about artificial intelligence. I find that too. Artificial, I can't stand it. You know, I don't like anything that's artificial, so could we straighten that out? You know, we've cut drug prices by 1,200, 1,300, 1,400, 1,500%. I don't mean 50%, I mean 14, 1,500%. $8 million for making mice transgender, seriously overweight. And he takes the fat shot drug. We're going back to plastic straws. I think it's okay. And I don't think that plastic's going to affect a shark very much as they're munching their way through the ocean. And then, of course, you have the Declaration of Independence. What does it mean to you? Well, it means exactly what it says. It's a declaration. It's a declaration of unity and love and respect. How do you get to be president and you're stupid?
So I said, okay. All right, that's not great. But I'm still not sold, I said to Lawrence. I call him Law. Because like Lauren, I call him Law, Big Law. And he calls me Lil Louie. It's like a cute Big Law, Lil Louie. We have this funny little banter, whatever. And so I said, send me one more and I'll be convinced. And he sent me this. Also a link from my own Instagram account, which was confusing.
We're going to be reducing drug costs over the next year and a half by not 50 or 60%, by 1,000%. Because if you think a $10 pill so it'll be raised up from 10 to 20 because it's the world versus us. So the world is a bigger place. So it'll go from 10 to 20. It won't go from 10 to 50 or 60 for them, which is bearable. And it'll go from 10 to 20 for us.
I can't figure it out. Look. 1,000% reduction. World big. I'm trying to take notes here. World big, he said. And the world's, I guess, a pill, some drug will go from $10 to $20. He didn't even specify a currency. I don't know, we're doing rubles? Okay, dollars. So the world will go to 10 to 20. The US, still big, but smaller than the world, will go from 10 to 20, which will equal 1,000% reduction. I'm convinced. You know what? I'm convinced. I think he does need an intervention, and a severe one at that. Someone needs to pull him aside and say, hey, honestly, the amount of money I'd give limbs to figure out what he meant there. I would really sacrifice my firstborn to figure out what he thought he was saying there. And what's bothering me, why I keep bringing it up, is first of all, because it's a fun segment, obviously, but also, I cannot understand two things. What he was saying, obviously, and number two, why no one else is emphasizing that. I check in on the other shows. Maybe I'm missing it, but I haven't seen that going around a bunch. He tried to explain that prescription drug prices were going to go down 1,000%, which by itself is insane. And he explained it by saying a drug outside of the United States would go from $10 to $20, and inside the United States would go from $10 to $20, which would make it cheaper. That's what he said. What he was trying to say. And I'm not seeing like any discussion about it. So it's going to keep coming up. Because first of all, I need someone to ask him about it, and I need him to try to explain what he was saying. Number two, I need MAGAs to say what they think. So he's arguing that the drug companies are going to pay us, and the way he argues it is that in the world and in the United States, it's going to get more expensive, which is going to make it cheaper. If you can come up with a different explanation, we saw a bunch of you commented, and we read them, and still it didn't make sense to me. I appreciate you trying. So, Lawrence, I'm convinced. You can go now. Thank you. Bye-bye. Now, some responses, because we posted those clips on social media, and some responses were interesting. This one said, smart people don't like me the first time I'll agree with Trump. It's like listening to a 3-year-old tell you about their day. Someone said, come on, y'all, you're playing just a clip. It's out of context. He's way more comical if you play the whole clip. And that's the other part. I went back and watched found the actual interview of that one part where he's talking about 10 to 20, and then watched a bunch of it, and there was no context that helped me understand. I don't like anything artificial, says Trump. What about artificial tans? Someone else had a similar idea. I don't like anything artificial. Sir, have you seen your face? Very artificial. Someone else said he talks like a toddler who just discovered full sentences. No offense to toddlers. Someone said the world that people know about. How many does he know about? He said that multiple times, or at least in that one clip. The world, the large world, the one that people know about. How much Tylenol you think he's had? Someone else says. South Park writers getting existential crisis because they can't come up with such nonsense. Yeah, you can't really satirize it. He was saying a $10 pill will cost $20. Seems like the MAGA care plan so far. True. Trump's speak makes no sense. He isn't qualified to be a manager at Taco Bell, let alone be president. Oh my effing gosh. True. Guys, he is right. The world is a big place. That was a good observation. And he said it 2 times. In the first one, he's going, the world, the large world that people know about. And the second time he goes, okay, so in the world, it's a big place. So it's going to go from 10 to 20. And then he's really fascinated, as if that changes what the world means. If you specify that it's big, that changes something about the underlying argument he's making. It's 5D math our inferior brains can't comprehend. The big world that we know about. And here I thought he meant the other one. So some funny responses there from commenters. I don't know. If you can figure it out, if you can make sense of some of that nonsense, I admire you, but I have struggled to do it myself.